Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another discussion video. Welcome to Monday. We start off the new week, and I want to talk about some Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite because some more information has popped up on the internet, and you know we have to cover this information. So, today, this information will be concerning the DLC characters, is because somebody, like I said before in my previous videos, more and more information comes out when people go get their hands onto the game, especially when if a company patches the game or sends some new update out for the game, or if somebody have their hands on the PC version of the game. You have players out there in the community who data mines the game and find all of these like nice little goodies and these nice little treasure trove of information concerning our favorite fighting games. And yet again, somebody data mined, and we got sketches and concept art for the upcoming DLC characters. So we're going to go over to the event hubs where this information was posted. I'll put the link in the description below so you can go check out the information yourself. So let's go head on over. So what we have right here is Venom, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and Sigma concept art data mined from the PC version of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. That's the thing about the PC version of any kind of game, especially where you have developers who only make fighting games for consoles, and now that they're putting their games on PC, it made it even easier for PC players or people who are more so into PC gaming more than the console gamers, for them to go digging into this information and data mine and find all the goodies. So in the article it says, it's not official, but thanks to data mining, it seems we're getting a sneak peek at 5 of the upcoming DLC character concept arts for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Now, images of Venom, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and Sigma were recently posted on the Marvel Infinite Reddit by a user named Futcheritz, however you pronounce his name, who claims these were found in the PC version of the game. We recently found out that Capcom Monster Hunter would be the 6th character in this round of DLC, but we don't currently have anything when it comes to her concept art. So, as concept sketches, these drawings won't necessarily detail these fighters as they'll look come launch time, though we do have to admit we already like what we see. Venom appears very similar to his mainstream appearance with his hulking body shape, thankfully not marrying the smaller Topher Grace version we saw in Spider-Man 3 in 2007. Widow, Panther, and Winter Soldier all do kind of reflect their recent appearance in the live-action Marvel film. So we're going to check out the gallery, and then we're going to discuss and what we think about the characters and the concept art, and what can we expect up when they finally hit the PlayStation Network or Xbox Live or the Steam or whatever for us to download them. So now Venom, there's been a discussion about Venom, and it's been an interesting discussion because there's some people within the community who were wondering which version of Venom that they were going to go with for this game. Now, for those of you who don't know and not fully aware about the character Venom, the symbiote that takes over its host pretty much took over multiple different hosts within the Marvel universe and the Marvel comics, where Venom weren't just one person. Venom became almost different individuals. First it was Peter Parker, of course, with the black suit Spider-Man, and then it jumped on to Eddie Brock. Now Eddie Brock is one of the most well-known Venoms that everyone grew up in the early 90s that watched the cartoon, and people that grew up reading the comic books respect Eddie as Venom. But after a while, they phase Eddie Brock out from being Venom, and they end up making Venom become Peter Parker's, I guess you could say, I wouldn't say bully or rival or whatever, but Flash Thompson. He became Venom for a long time, and he became Agent Venom. And with Agent Venom, he's like a cross between Punisher, because the way his outfit looked, and a cross between Punisher and Venom, because this Venom was very unique, because this Venom can use his weapons, guns, and everything like that. And I believe that with Flash Thompson's Venom, he couldn't use his symbiote powers too much, because it does something to him, if I can remember. Can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while, but I haven't been really reading too much into to this version of Venom, but I always thought his design was pretty cool. So people were wondering whether or not will we get Eddie Brock or Flash Thompson. Now the thing was, I was already assuming that it would be Eddie Brock, because having Flash Thompson Venom would be too ambitious and too generous of Capcom to even go that route to give us a brand new Venom, which is a brand new character to this game. They want to push these characters out as fast as possible with less work. And Eddie Brock, who's also the original Venom, who also appeared in the first Marvel vs. Capcom game, you know, it's easier. They already got his gameplay mapped out. They already know how to design his model and what they're going to go for. Of course, they're going to add some new additional moves to him, like they did the rest of the characters in this game. But it's the safer bet, and it's cost efficient and everything to just do Eddie Brock. And I'm super excited for Eddie Brock. Even though I didn't use him in Marvel vs. Capcom 1, I had a lot of respect for the character in general, because I grew up reading the comics a bit, and I grew up watching the cartoon, so I'm all welcome for Eddie Brock. Welcome back, man. So next up, we're going to go over to the next concept art, and this concept art we're going to go over to is Black Panther. Now, everybody's excited for Black Panther. I'm excited for Black Panther, and I can't wait to get my hands on this character to try him out. If you look at his costume, I think his costume takes more of a design from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, from the Civil War, and I like the designs of this costume. The thing that really does have me curious about Black Panther is the fact whether or not if he's going to wear the cape, if he's not going to have the cape during battle, or does the cape come off during the fight or whatever. So I'm really curious, but in my opinion, I pretty much would rather have Black Panther without the cape. I don't think we need the cape in there at all. He doesn't really need it, even though it fits him well and it's part of his character and everybody knows him with the cape and without the cape. But I prefer him not have the cape, especially if he's going to play more like X-23, like a cross between X-23 and Sabretooth. Him moving around all fast and rapid like that, him having the cape, to me, it wouldn't make sense. So, looking forward to this character. Now, we have right here, which is the character that really has me intrigued and has me really like excited and just wondering and scratching my head at the same time. Why would they go with this character? Now, the thing is, I like Black Widow as a character. I don't like Scarlett Johansson's version in the cinematic universe. I don't like her interpretation of Black Widow. She ditched the Russian accent, and every time I see Black Widow, I don't see Black Widow. I see Scarlett Johansson. But anyway, it's another topic for another day. I do like this design. She looked more anime-ish, similar to the Punisher and Black Widow anime, which I have on DVD, which is pretty cool. I love the outfit. I love the design. I love the blue lighting that it has on it. It looks futuristic, and it looks Ghost in the Shell-like at the same time, which is another movie Scarlett Johansson happened to play in, and I don't want to go there and talk about that either. But I'm very curious about her play style. We have, yet again, more gun-based, weapon-based characters added to the roster. We already have Gamora, we have Dante, and a few other characters that are weapon based. But the thing that has me curious the most is her play style. It's like, I know she won't play similar to Gamora, but how much different will she be away from Gamora? I pray to God that she don't play like Jill from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I'm very curious. And right here you see her shock rod. I wonder how much of a role will that play. Will she have it in her hand, or will she keep it on her side and she pull it out, similar to Chris Redfield, which is also another weapon-based character. Chris Redfield also has a shock rod himself with himself, which is incorporated in his move set. So I wonder how will that play. And then she has her Black Widow stingers on her wristbands. I wonder will that poison or will that shock you and paralyze you, which can set your opponent up for some crazy mix-ups and crazy mix-up with you and your partner and stuff. So I'm really curious of how she's gonna play. Is she gonna be a rushdown character? Is she gonna be a mid-range fighter? Is she gonna be a zoning type character? I'm very curious. I don't know how she's going to play when we already have Gamora and we have Chris Redfield and them. How much more different can you make these type of characters play? I wonder will she be able to climb on walls? So, I don't know, but I'm really digging the design, and I cannot wait to get my hands on her, and not that way. So, let's click over. Then we have my boy, Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. Now, the thing is, I think his design, this concept art is pretty cool. It's pretty badass. He looks very close to his Marvel Cinematic Universe live action version of himself. He looks just like him. I like this anime look that they gave them in the concept art. Now, the thing that had me curious yet again is with the choices of these characters. Now, I'm super excited to see how he plays, and I'm glad that he's a cool addition to the game. But yet he's another weapon-based character. So I wonder how much different will he play from Chris Redfield? How much different will he play from Black Widow and Gamora. So and Dante, how much more different he played. Now, if you remember from the leaks that we talked about that they had Winter Soldier, it said that he can, after his weapons run out of ammo, he could take his weapon and use him as a projectile and throw him at your enemies and stuff. But I hope it's more to him than just that. Now, he has a metal arm. His metal arm is pretty strong. And I believe it's made out of vibranium. I can't remember. But anyway, he has a metal arm. I wonder will his metal arm plays somewhat of a role in his gameplay. I mean, come on. He can use maybe he can use his metal arm to cause different type of properties when you hit your opponents and give him like a special, it's like a wall bounce, or it put him into like an OTG state or something like that. I don't know. But I think his arm should definitely play a role in the way he plays. I think it will create some unique situations with this character. But overall, his design looks very, very similar to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and even in the comics. So I'm really pleased with this character design. I have nothing to complain about with this character. Now then we have, of course, Sigma. Now Sigma, I don't really care too much for this character. So I know Sigma is, you know, he's a cool villain in the Mega Man universe and everything. He's another character that I'm really curious about how much different will he play. Will he, like, from X and Zero? Would he? I mean, he has a saber like Zero. No, he don't have a buster. He don't have a buster gun, so that's not the thing. And he also have a pet. He has a dog too. So I wonder, will he be able to call his dog or something like that, or his pets, or will he have like assists similar to Ultron? So then again, he'd be kind of like, if he does be able to call his drones or like his dog out, that'd be kind of like similar to Strider Hero in the game. But I'm really curious of how he would play. Will he be a mixture of X and yeah, will he be a mixture of X and Zero? So I really don't know what to expect from this character. And looking at it, I wonder will the cape stay on? Now I think now in this case, I would like to see the cape stay on him. In this case, I mean, because I don't see him being a very rushdown centric character. He looks more like he may be a more like defensive, slower version of Zero, a slower version of X. So I don't know, but I'm looking forward to see how this guy will play. Maybe we'll see a trailer pretty soon from both Black Panther this month and Sigma, since I believe that these characters will be released this month. I think. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but overall, this is pretty neat. Overall, this is what we will expect coming from the DLC characters. We haven't yet to see the concept art for Monster Hunter, but we did see her 3D model, which is, she's a badass character. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on her, and not in that way, but yeah. But yeah, this is pretty much my opinion. I'm looking forward to see how these characters play. Can't wait to see more information on these characters, and I want to know what you think about these characters. And do you think Black Widow and Winter Soldier were good choices? And why is it that Marvel is dropping and releasing more characters in this DLC pack compared to Capcom? Like I said about Black Widow in my previous video, I was also opening to the possibility that Black Widow could be also Black Widow from Saturday Slam Masters, which was also a Capcom wrestling fighting game hybrid that starred Mike Haggard and a few other characters that took place in the Street Fighter and Final Fight universe and everything. But of course, it is Black Widow from Marvel, so I'm not like shocked or anything like that, but I was also still open to that possibility. Maybe they could be referring to that, because, you know, like when it comes to the reveals, it could definitely play on words when it comes to things like that. But I'm looking forward to the characters. Can't wait to see how these characters play. And before I leave, I just want to say that Marvel's Capcom Infinite, despite its roster the choices they decide on the rosters and how the game look aesthetically, the game overall is fun. I'm enjoying the game right now. I know you guys been seeing some of the videos I've been uploading with my basic combo video, and I've been doing, like, I did like 2 live streams of the game so far, and I'm really enjoying the game. So if you guys have been on the fence with this game, I suggest you sit back and wait and see how these DLC characters shape the meta of the game, or shape the rest of the year before the year is out with the game. So make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure you share, favorite, and you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit that bell on my YouTube channel or on the video to get all notifications when I upload my next video. This is MugenLord, and I'm signing off.